So the other week I was helping an author upload their book to IngramSpark, and the upload process was a little glitchy. Now this happens with websites from time to time, pretty much anywhere on the internet. So that's why you always have to pack your patience. And we were able to get her book submitted, so that was good. And usually what I do at that time, if like we aren't doing it person to person, is I say, hey, here's a video I have showing you exactly what to do. And I realized I didn't have a video for how to update your metadata on IngramSpark. So that's what we're doing today. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm MK Williams. I'm an author and independent publisher. I love sharing my insights about all things self-publishing with you. Before I get to the details of today's video, don't forget to hit subscribe. That way you can be here every week as I release new videos on self-publishing, making a career to being an author, and now being a mompreneur. So as a self-publishing author, there's a million little details to manage and occasionally update. So whether you just didn't know what to do when you uploaded or you're trying something new to revitalize your backlist, there are a lot of reasons why an author would need to go in and update their metadata. Now in KDP, you have to go back through the same form that you used when you were uploading. So it's actually super easy to go and update that information. It's pretty familiar. That's not the case with IngramSpark. So today I'm going to walk you through how you can update the following elements in IngramSpark. So your series information, your editorial reviews, your description, and your keywords. I have a different video on how to update pricing, so I'm not going to cover that today. If you want or need that information, you can go to that video right here. Okay, and without any further delay, let's go ahead and update everything. Hello, friends. So I am here on IngramSpark. So I did my login the way I usually do it. And I navigated here on the left from titles to all titles, right? So I'm going to be looking at my current titles. So what I'm actually going to do is click on Nail Biters. This was the first novel I ever released. And so I'm going to go in here and just click the hyperlink on the title name to show you how you can update the metadata for your book. So in your case, click on the title for your book. So right now it says title information. So this is the very first page you will see when you click that hyperlink for your book. It says basic information or print information. I'm on basic information right now. That's what highlighted, and that's what we're going to be focusing on for today. So I can go and scroll down here. Now, if I had new files, I would upload them, but I don't have new files. I'm just updating the metadata. So as we scroll down again, the screen locks this top half, which I don't like because then I only have this very small window to work with, but that's what we're working with. So today we're first going to look at updating any series information. Now I entered the series information when I released the second book in the series. So let's say, for example, that you have a first book out, it's first in series, and you've now set up everything for the second book. You're like, that's great. You want to make sure that the series name and series number information is updated now that it's actually a series. This is where you would go in and do that. So you saw like that little pen when I hovered over. As I hover over, you see this pen. You're going to click on that, and that allows you to change it. So I could say, oh, just Project Collusion. Maybe I don't want it to be called the Project Collusion series, which I actually do. Oh, I have caps lock. Okay, so I would just do Project Collusion. That's the series name. I actually don't want to change that, so I'm going to hit cancel. But that's where you would do that. And maybe I would say, oh, crap, this is actually the second book in the series, but I typed in number 1. So that's where you would enter that. Now, if you had no information here, that's where you would click this edit. You would add that, and then you would hit save. Okay, so that is how you do that. Now, you want to make sure you're always hitting save where it gives you that button. So I'm going to scroll down now, and we're going to look at the keywords and this information. So the keywords, the description, all of those important things that we need for the book. Okay, so this really isn't a lot of keywords. So what I want to do is actually pull up a separate document that I have that does all of my keywords for me. And I'm going to enter my keywords. You have quite a few that you can add, and these keywords are effectively how you're telling the retailers to categorize the book, what people searching on their websites will be looking for. Okay, and so what you're going to do here is just as you typed in the keywords when you were uploading the book, you can type in the keywords here to edit the keywords, right? And so you can just hit save when you're done. And that's the same thing here with the description. So here, I can just change this first word, when the invasion begins. We also got our like insects when light turned on, but I'm going to change this to say as the invasion begins. You know, I think maybe not using this word when twice would be good. And so I just changed that text. Now I could bold text, I could underline text, anything I can do as I am inputting the text when I'm uploading the book, I can do those same things here as I am editing the text. But I need to make sure when I'm done that I hit, you guessed it, save. We definitely want to hit save. Very important. Okay. But same thing. So I could just copy and paste an entirely new description here. If I'm optimizing my description across platforms, I can tweak it slightly if I noticed maybe a typo. Which I see that happen all the time, or not all the time, but I see it happen often with authors. We spend so much time editing and formatting the inside of the book, and then when it comes to our description, we're just like, I'm so sick of this thing, just get it out, and the description has typos. And so always good to know that you can update your description here. And we just hit save, okay? Now, same thing for review quotes. Now, these are your editorial reviews where you can say, this author's quote, read the book, loved it, things of that nature. So this is where you would add those editorial reviews or blurbs that you have from other authors for your books is here in review quotes that you would enter those. So you could just copy and paste that from where you have elsewhere. Again, it's super easy you just have to hit save. Okay, so now when I come back here I saved everything. When I come back to all titles and I come here, this says revision incomplete. It's actually going to say this for probably another like 10 minutes or so until it says, okay, yep, we've saved everything. We're going to push that through. Now, one thing I've noticed with IngramSpark is that when you're making these corrections, they like you to only make those once every 6 weeks. So IngramSpark is going to send out this metadata to the retailers. And so the retailers can either put this in place immediately, or they could take their time with it depending on how much data they have coming in and how much they have to manage and update. So IngramSpark distributes my book to hundreds of retailers. And so they usually say, expect that it takes a full 6 weeks for it to update everywhere. Wanting to make sure that you have realistic expectations, and they don't necessarily want you putting in updates every week, because then the retail partners are thinking, well, which one's the correct one, which one's the up-to-date one. They ask you just to do that once every 6 weeks. So I would say if it's in your habit to optimize your description often, if it's in your habit to fiddle with your keywords, make sure you kind of have a very set schedule with how you're doing that with IngramSpark. All right, that's how you update things, folks. So in general, IngramSpark pushes metadata updates weekly. So in the past, when I've made edits and they didn't populate immediately on the retailers, I was told that it, number one, takes time. IngramSpark will send the data, but it's on the retailers as to when and how they apply it. And number two, IngramSpark generally was recommending at the time to only make edits like that once every 6 weeks. Otherwise, it kind of creates this messy backlog. Make sure you hit save. It's really easy to just be like, yep, I did everything, and forget to hit save. Always hit save. All right, what other questions do you have about self-publishing on IngramSpark or optimizing your listings? Let me know in the comments below and we'll keep the conversation going. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. That tells YouTube you got value from this video and can get it in front of other authors like us. Now you can get back to writing your book. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really found it helpful and informative. And before you head on to watch another video on YouTube, on this channel or another channel, or go back to actually write your book, I want to let you know that I answer a lot of other questions on this channel, really short, to the point, succinct, one question, one answer. But I've pretty much downloaded my brain into my Author Your Ambition books, and you can get these anywhere that you can find books. So whether you're just starting out writing, whether you're figuring out your plan for self-publishing, you're trying to figure out marketing, I pretty much have a book for you. So self-publishing for the first-time author, book marketing for the first-time author, how to write your first novel, and going wide are all available, like I said, anywhere that you can find great books. And you can easily find all the links and the different retailers if you go to authorYourAmbition.com/books. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.